Hello and welcome. I'm your host Elizibar, and we're going to talk about some unpleasant things here for a minute. So, you might remember a month ago, I had a bunch of videos about Action Lab comics and the crazy stuff because it was like still hot, it was developing, things were popping, and there was a lot of, I don't know how to put it. I'm just going to go with the word crazy. There was a lot of crazy things people were saying. And then I let it kind of sit because I wanted to see how things went. And well, there's been some developments in the last few days, and so we're going to take a look at some of that. But first, we're going to take a look at this article here. A viewer actually left this in a comment on my channel, which is cool. I love comments, but then they deleted it. So I only had like a fragment of the URL to look at. Eventually, I found it, and I linked it, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to come back and look at this later. Well, here we are. This is all about Gordon McLean. Now you might remember, I think I did a video that I titled like The Tragedy of Gordon McLean or something like that because it really is. He's a comic book writer. He wrote this book, Supermom Expecting Trouble. And he hasn't been seen in almost 2 years now. Almost 2 years. Now, I don't want to like jinx him or anything like that, but being disappeared for that long, that suggests that some very bad things happened to him. That suggests that he did something very bad to himself. And I didn't know all the things that I know now from reading this article. So, the article here says that Gordon McLean wrote the book kind of as a tribute to his mom, or it was meant that way. So he took some money from his uncle who passed away and used that money to make a book to express gratitude. That's what it says here in the article, but like as a tribute to his mom who had just passed away. I don't know how long ago the uncle, like what the time period is here, but we have recently deceased and recently deceased. So we're talking maybe a couple of months. This dude's already in a bad place. You know? He's already in a bad place. So what the author of this article did is investigate. Hey, is what his friend, who owns a comic book store, is what his friend said true? So did it ever go to print? And there's a whole lot of investigation stuff here, and it's great. Conclusion: probably not. So Gordon McLean vanished on the day his book was supposed to come out. But Action Lab Comics never told him that they canned his book, that they shelved his book, whatever words you want to use. Because there weren't enough pre-orders. His friend here, who runs a comic book store, I knew it wasn't coming out because it was on my Diamond invoice. I confirmed the previews, da-da-da-da-da. When the invoice came through, there was no listing for the book. I called Diamond, who had not received a shipment. I called Gordon and asked him what was going on as he was doing promo for it that day, and left a message but never spoke to him. Oh, man. Man, that's bad. And Action Lab Comics didn't tell this dude what was up. Now, a normal company, you go something like, hey, we're not publishing your book here. We had planned on it. There weren't enough sales. So we're not moving forward with the project. And then you release the person's IP, or you say something like, we're going to plan to resolicit it in 3 months and try to catch like the summer market or something like that. Like you come up with some kind of action plan, or you give it back, or you just say, we're shelving it indefinitely. No bad on you, brother. You know? That's not what they did. They just stealth this dude. That's a betrayal, man. That's like getting stabbed in the back. I don't really care about the promotion that much, but this was interesting here. So the artist right here. Speaks Portuguese. I don't know if they live in Brazil or Portugal, but the artist, he tweets in Portuguese suggesting a large secondary market available for the book. 14,000 followers. That's more followers than I got, bro. That's more than I got. If even like 1% of those followers bought the book, that's a couple hundred copies. You can probably translate the book and sell it in Brazil and Portugal and have this artist do some legwork to promote the book. You know, you'd make more money. You would make more money. Now, this is even worse, though, this next one, number 4, because this artist was paid a fairly low page rate because the artist liked the project. And I bet, no, I gotta be careful with my language. I don't want to say I guarantee, but I bet Action Lab Comics has not paid anybody a penny for this book. Olivier has not heard from Action Lab nor received payment from them following the release of it digitally. Right there. Nobody's gotten a penny for this book. I can almost certainly tell you that statement. It's an opinion. It is a belief. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, who's getting the money from those sales? Somebody better be getting a royalty, right? Is Gordon McLean's family getting a royalty for this? I don't know. It doesn't say. And the artist certainly didn't get any money from it. The rest of this article, which goes on for a while, details a lot more allegations against Action Lab Comics. We've talked about some of those before, so if you're interested in reading what this article says, you see the URL up there. You can come find it yourselves. You can go watch some of my other videos on this topic, see what's going on. But this is Action Lab Comics. The situation seems crazy to me. I see all of this discussion, lots of people talking. I see evidence. You know, some of these things are verifiable facts, like the disappearance of this gentleman. These are verifiable facts. You can go look that up. It happened. And I see this stuff, this evidence, for this situation and for several others, and I still find it hard to believe because it is just so far outside of like the experience that I want to believe people have working in this industry. But this is apparently the way it went down, and that makes me sad. Makes me real sad. You all take care of yourselves. You have a great day. Don't let this bring you down too much. And I got some more to talk about this, and we're going to do that in another video. Bye-bye.